Hey, welcome to the Bama Geeks. It's just the four of us tonight. Hope you're doing well. I'm Brock Parker, and we're going to do a quick little roundtable, see how everybody's doing. And first of all, hi to all the audio listeners. We appreciate you being part of us. And hello to everybody on YouTube. Glad to see you guys as well, even though if you're watching the, never mind, you can't see us. Or we can't see you. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's been a long weekend. So
Very much so.
yeah, so we're going to go around. Mr. Bo Bearden, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I am, yeah.
Throw that back at you there.
Yeah. No, we're focusing on you at the moment, sir.
Yes. I'm doing good. Let's see. What have I been up to? Let's see. I am catching up on movies. I now saw Spider-Man No Way Home, which I am now like, I guess the slowpoke me. Hey guys, it was awesome. Toby was great.
You were totally surprised by everything, right? Nothing
Yeah.
was.
Well, let's see. The major plot story stuff was pretty much well intact. Like I did good with everything that happened. It's still like that movie, even though I like that movie, it did two things. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to break into a mini review of it real quickly, but
no, go ahead.
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, that probably of the three Spider-Man, that movie, it served him the best.
Yeah.
I agree.
And Cumberbatch is still Strange, tied with Paul Rudd's Ant-Man, are probably my favorite two MCU characters. They are just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Let's see. Beyond that, also I finally the ability to acquire me. I got me an Xbox Series X, which is now on top of my VCR, which is resting on my PS2 on top of my VCR. So I have, multi levels of,
technology,
Dude,
right?
That made me so happy to know that you finally got that Series X.
Man, I've been watching it and see, like, everyone's going to like Walmart or GameStop. Nobody's really been watching Target. And I kept watching the Target app, and like, because a bunch of places were wanting to do the bundle, and I was like, I don't need an extra controller, a headset, and all this. I just want the console.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked out. And like I said, I bought it like that Tuesday night. Went to our local Target, we go to a lot, and had it for me that morning.
That's
so
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, Brock told me the other night, he's like, Bo finally got one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watching Bo struggle shop for stuff is stressful just as a bystander.
Well, for me, it's so terrible because like I'm so like, oh, I'll go back and get it later. Then it's not there anymore. I'm very bad on like stuff I want. I'll kick the can down the road because I'm like, do I really need it now? I mean, I want it now, yes, but do I need it now? But then I wind up regretting it when I do not get it.
But you did have a really good tweet about in the beginning about not being able to grab one. Do you remember that tweet that you made?
I do good to remember what I did last week sometimes.
Well, I remember Brock and I forwarded it off to Craig and Abby and Jake at YHS, and they used it as a sad comment. And one of the
wait a minute, wait, hold on. Did you just tell on us?
No, he knew that. No,
wait, did you know that, Bo?
I'm not surprised.
It's been so long ago now.
Wow.
He knew.
Thanks for outing us.
He knew.
You guys know me. I'll take it.
We showed him. I thought we showed him where they
don't
read
remember.
it.
I'd say we were all
2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, all right.
It works good.
Yeah, we send it anonymously. It's like, hey, we got one for you.
Yeah.
And the backstory is for our listeners. Yes, have some podcasts. They've on Tuesday evenings they do a live stream called Toy Anxiety where they talk about toys and stuff. And they have a segment which has become extremely popular called Sad Comments. And at the end of the live stream, they'll go through and they'll find comments that people have been leaving on, NECA's Instagram or Hasbro's Facebook. They'll go and they find these people that are just mad.
Passionate about their
extremely passionate, extremely mad, but they'll do like dramatic readings of them, and it's some of the funniest things. And so last year when Bo was trying to find an Xbox Series X, and then it couldn't find one, and he had a very he had a thoughtful meltdown on Twitter about it. And so I nudged Craig and I'm like, hey, I'm like, I don't know what you want to do with this. I said, it's from Bo, so don't embarrass him. But this is I said, this is straight up right up your alley with your sad comments.
Yeah.
And they didn't mention you
No.
on the stream, but they read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I have no shame in being embarrassed. I mean, you know, if someone gets a laugh at my expense, I'm completely okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good sport.
You're a very good sport. Yeah, and so because Bo couldn't find the Series X last year, he went with a gaming PC. So as you see, he's for our YouTube viewers, he's wearing a Twitch shirt. So twitch.tv/MB the Great One. And right
there you go. Yeah. Your little bubble, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Kevin and Bo are the two with the Twitch streams.
I haven't been as active on mine. I got to get back to it, but it's just been like work schedule has changed and stuff has changed. I haven't been on it as often. I got to fix that.
It's life, man.
That and also like I've been trying to catch up on my backlog of games, which I finished Resident Evil 8. Wow, this is why we're talking about me making this the Bo segment, I guess. But
it's the Bo show.
I figured finished that part, but no, like I that's the thing. I love like when I stream, I like to play the older games. I've played a million times because me being the social butterfly I'm going to be more worried about talking to everybody than playing the game. So I'm trying to work on my backlog and play through it. Then I'll talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay,
but that's it. Sorry. Sorry, it took up 15, 20 minutes of the podcast.
But you also got a flex on us that from this weekend that none of us have.
Yeah. I don't like to brag or anything, you know. Everyone else goes to see these movies close to a release date. I went and saw Sonic 2, which is wonderful. By the way, just it's perfect. The movie's good. Watch it. I'll wait till these guys see it, then we can talk it.
Sure.
See, and there's the reversal.
Exactly.
Both saw something that the other three of us haven't seen yet.
Hey, it's also a family movie, so the kiddo got to go, so we had a good time.
Right.
Oh, good. Mr. Kevin Gardner, how are you, man?
Dude, I'm phenomenal. How are you?
About the same as I was, last time we all chatted.
Yeah.
Brain numb, working on papers.
Oh yeah. So what have I been up to? So obviously today we're recording on Easter. Happy Easter to everybody.
Happy Easter.
I spent the day going and as I usually try to do, visiting some of my elderly family, and just going and visiting and getting to talk about all the things and the times and them just being happy to see me. So that always makes me feel pretty good. But that's kind of what I've been up to more than and work. Obviously, I think that's pretty much everybody here is work. And speaking of games, one of the games that I have been absolutely addicted to is a game, $3 game you can get on Steam called Vampire Survivors. Gosh, this game it is old school, like Castlevania style graphics, overhead, and it's the whole game is about surviving it. You have to survive each of the levels for 30 minutes, and your weapons are constantly upgrading till you get to the end where you're just like killing hordes and hordes of vampires and things coming at you on the screen to the point where you just like go cross-eyed because you can't keep up with everything, and it's about to roast your computer because it's just so many pixels on the screen. It is absolutely jaw-droppingly awesome, and it is so addictive. So I've been like, I can't believe I haven't streamed that. I haven't streamed in a couple of weeks, but I really need to get on and stream that. I'm kind of afraid because when I do that, I kind of feel like it's going to like melt my computer when I do it. I mean, you would think that like a game with such like ancient Nintendo era graphics wouldn't be that bad, but we're talking this thing could have like thousands of potential enemies coming in on the screen at one time. So it is an early access game, so they don't have it completely optimized yet, but the game is really, for an early access game, it's pretty well polished. So anybody that's on the Vampire Survivors dev team that wants to pay me for plugging your game, you're more than welcome to. Just let Brock know and send us an email. But no, seriously though, it is a really, really good game. Highly recommend it. I've been recommended. I don't usually just like willy-nilly recommend games to people. It's other than Civilization, I'll always recommend that. But everybody knows I'll play that. But this game just kind of took me like off guard, and I started playing, and I was like, okay, everybody that I know, including Bo, which I've already suggested it to him. Yeah, like you need to play this game. It is phenomenal. The game is. I know it's not in your backlog, but the game is incredible, and But the problem is it's not something that you could easily play on stream because like you said, you like to be social, and you are going to be like fixated on the screen.
Yeah.
Shut up. Leave me alone. Shut up. I'm gonna die. But yeah, absolutely addicted to that game. But
nice.
Other than that, just existing, man. Just taking it day by day,
That's all you can do.
That's right.
Well, Jessica Parker.
Hi, Mr. Parker.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you?
Well,
How
I've already
you?
answered that 3 times.
How you doing?
You're gonna answer 4 times.
It is like, but you see, it's kind of natural conversation. How you doing? I'm good. How are you today? Kind of makes the conversation flow. So between the 3 of us, I think we have established that you're good, Brock, right?
Yes.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm here with you guys now, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a quiet weekend here in the Parker household. Yes, it has. It was yesterday.
For y'all.
Well, because I just laid around on the couch. I took in the Back to the Future trilogy yesterday. Brock was.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that a lot lately.
No.
I
mean,
What is that?
I don't know. What is that movie? What is it about?
By the way, sorry to interrupt. Thank you to everybody who's watched the videos and listened to the podcast.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you very much to Stephen Clark for helping us get the word out. And he was a fantastic interview. And he's we look forward to, we're going to see him this upcoming weekend in Huntsville in person. And so we really thank the last 2 guests that we've had, Stephen and of course, Matt, Mondane Designs. We thoroughly enjoyed having you guys on and appreciate that. And look forward to having you all on again in the future.
Right. We, let's see, last weekend I watched the finale of the second part to the series finale of Walking Dead. This last season is broke down into 3 parts.
The show that will not end.
Well, because it just keeps spinning off and spinning off and spinning off more stuff, which I don't, and this is kind of like, I guess, one of my gripes is that, well, we know that 4 main characters are going to make it out of this series alive because there's going to be spinoff shows involving these characters that Daryl and Carol are going to have their own deal, and Maggie and Negan, which was really odd when I first heard that. I love all of these actors, but I have concerns about these spinoffs. So to me, it takes away that mystery. That these 4 are going to make it out of here. So, this has been an interesting final season, I'd say. And you have to figure out, who's, now that Rick's out of the show, but Rick made it, almost all the way to the end of the comics. You see them kind of taking the Rick storylines from the comics and adding them to characters. Some say that Aaron is going to get more of Rick's storyline. We know at the end of the storyline in the comics, Rick was shot. And we've been introduced in the series to who shot Rick in that final comic episode. Of course, we know Carl, he's gone too, and he made it to the end in the comic book. So, I mean, it's good because if you follow the comic storyline and you know how it ends, well, now you really kind of don't know how things are going to work itself out in the series.
It's kind of the way it should be, though.
Yeah, I agree. And Ross Marquand, who plays Aaron, he's going to be in Huntsville this next weekend, and I'm going to meet the man finally. He's been at cons that we've been to, and I'm like, okay, I want to meet him. It never works out, and I never get over there. But I've told Brock I'm not going to pass up this opportunity. And Aaron has had a really good storyline in this season. I've been really happy with what they've done with his character. The part 3 will pick back up in the fall, so there is no need to, as soon as I finish the podcast tonight, try to cram in that episode before I pass out on the couch. And so we're done till the fall. And the production finally officially wrapped up just a couple of weeks ago for good. And they've been slowly, from my understanding, dismantling things there in Sonoy, taking those, putting the town back together as a normal town. And
Just
So-
don't touch Nick and Norman's. Leave that restaurant right
Better
there.
not. Oh my goodness, I love that place. It's my happy place to be. But other than that, we've just been the lovely married couple that we are. Is that right, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only you guys would have heard the pre-show conversations.
Oh, shut up, Shrek.
Shut up, Shrek.
Good, Shrek.
It's all in love. So,
Jess and I do not fight. We don't argue.
no.
We just kind of we just kind of nudge each other and there's no good way to explain it, outside of the pre-show that we already had.
You just have to.
We kind of bust each other's chops.
Yeah.
Instead of arguing, and so we keep everything lighthearted.
And then we end up, laughing about it later and whatever. So
Yeah.
it's
I said
it's
something
good.
from the kitchen the other morning, and she, from the back, "Shut up, Shrek." Yes, ma'am.
We did go to the Barons game. We saw the season opener, the home game for the Barons last weekend, and it was
48 degrees.
it was a little cold.
Kevin, you did not miss a thing.
Yeah, I did. I was going to hang out with you guys. Jeez.
You would have. I don't know if our blanket would have been big enough to get all three of us under. But it was cold.
It was cold.
Was it
very
windy?
cold. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
extremely
there you go. Yeah, I can handle cold, just the temperature. But if it's windy,
No, the wind.
I'm out.
Well, you guys know how I am about my hair. I put my hoodie
Oh,
up.
God.
Mhm.
Ooh.
That tells you how bad it was. I sacrificed the hair.
The ears were getting a bit cold.
Yeah. and unfortunately they lost.
Mhm.
But at least we still got fireworks after. We were about the 7th inning. She's like, "When are we going?" And I said, we paid for these seats and they're fireworks at the end.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay and watch fireworks. But the two of us and Kevin were planning on going to the last game of the season for the Birmingham Bulls, the local hockey team, and none of us went.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we decided that day not to go either. So we missed that, which was a shame. But I got to see the Barons and
Yeah,
baseball.
Looking forward to a lot of the things that are happening around here in Birmingham.
I'll tell you, I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I want to try to definitely check out the USFL that just started this weekend.
Yeah, we were going to go to that yesterday to see the Birmingham Stallions first game, which they won. Woohoo!
Yeah.
What?
But we had my kids here this weekend, and it was supposed to be 100% chance of thunderstorms, which the game went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
But I've been working on turning my next to last paper for the semester for my master's program today, and I was working on that all day yesterday. I couldn't have gotten away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think we mentioned it, but I got to go to my first hockey game.
No, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Did we mention that? Did we mention that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talked
yeah.
about me breathing down the back of your neck.
Yeah.
And you're about to jack
yeah,
flat
that's
me.
right. Yeah.
It was the last. It was right before we brought Steve on last episode. We did.
Yeah.
We brought that up. Yeah.
Like I said, next season, I'll definitely try to tag along for more hockey games if we can.
Yes.
Definitely, and try to hit up some Barons games with us
Yes.
this year.
Yeah, no, that's when I want to do that, especially because, like I said, for the Friday night fireworks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a ton of fun.
Yeah. I hope we can all work that out. We can all get together and schedules align, and it'd just be great to have all 4 of us together going to these events and doing things.
Yeah, we all definitely got to take in a USFL game at some point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I want to say
Go ahead.
it's like general admission, and like it's like $10 to get in.
$10,
isn't it?
and
Yeah.
kids 15 and under free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's- it's
hey,
really-
your boy's getting in free. Dave gets in free if he's with us. So
Mhm.
yeah.
And like I want to say, like the crazy thing about it is like every team in that league plays in Birmingham, so you're not just
Yep.
if you can't see the Stallions play that
Mhm.
day, you could want to say like what Philadelphia, New Orleans,
Yeah. New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Mhm.
Like it's very interesting having all these teams here. But I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Well, it's smart doing the regular season, and they're playing all 10 weeks of the regular season here in Birmingham, and then going to Ohio for the playoffs and the championships games. But it kind of makes sense, being your first year. This just kills the travel costs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For having to get all the players around. So it's really cost effective, but it's being put on jointly, I believe, by Fox and NBC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is.
And we watched the first game last night on Fox, and really enjoyed it. It was a good game. It was a really good game. Birmingham won with less than a minute to go.
Yeah. Pulled it out right there at the end.
Yeah.
They have drone cameras, which is weird. It's
well,
I'm just waiting. I would just want, if I was a quarterback, I would just have to take one out just to take one out.
I think so. That'd be great.
So that they don't do the rail cameras. They actually have actual drones.
Okay.
They do the rail cameras, but the way it looked, because they've got a drone. Yeah, they have the drone, but it started like above the stadium, where you could actually like see the rail camera.
Yeah.
But they would fly. You get this bird's eye view, and then all of a sudden it would just fly right in behind the team in the huddle.
Oh, nice!
It like followed the football to the point after kick. It flew with it. Yeah, it was weird.
It's one of those drones are going to die, and it's going to land on a player.
Which is probably the reason the NFL hasn't done drones yet, because they don't want that to happen and hurt one of their $40 million players or whatever.
I don't keep up much with NFL at all. But they even have the helmet cams on the players last night too. So, there's like, well, let's see what it's like from his point of view, and showing it, going down and being tackled and stuff.
They're going back to my favorite form, our athletic theater produced XFL.
Yes.
So a lot of ideas from it.
Yes.
I had season tickets for all the XFL games for the Birmingham Bolts when they came.
I went to 3 of them. I think I've still got somewhere buried up there, my car tag of the Birmingham Bolts I had on the front of my truck at the time. Like I was all in.
I won those by competing in a contest on the Rick and Bubba show.
Oh, nice.
I won the season passes, so I got to go see all the XFL games in Birmingham that year. It was fabulous.
I still have my official XFL football from that very first season, and then the little mini football as well.
Yeah. I got a couple of my ticket stubs up here from it. Yeah.
We're geeks about sports too sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we have a lot of passions. And this is all Birmingham related. So here we go.
Yeah.
I like that all these things are in Birmingham, and it gives us something, a hockey team, a baseball team, a football team. I like to go to live events like that.
Yeah.
It's just to be in that atmosphere and have fun. And I mean, I'm not a major sports fanatic, but I enjoy going to stuff like that.
Yeah, the event. Yeah, the event itself is fun.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, especially with us three, with us growing around the central area, we used to know when there was hardly anything in Birmingham to do, or anything well supported, it would get done, and then if it didn't do well after 2 weeks, they just drop it.
Right. So. And I love the hocky games. I don't know much about hockey. I know that the puck goes in the goal and you score a point.
Yes, you just go there for the fights.
Well, the pro wrestling fan in me, loves the fighting of it. You're right. I just like to see them, waylaying on each other.
You guys should have seen how excited she gets whenever she's like, "Oh my God, a fight!"
I've been I was going to say, if I had one major sport that I was really passionate about, it's professional wrestling. It's sports entertainment. Like Chris Jericho has now adapted the whole "we are sports entertainers" mentality, which is going over great, by the way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely love going to the hockey games. In a previous life, when I was in the Air Force, I had a part-time job as the post-game radio announcer for the Central Texas Stampede.
Nice.
It's now a defunct hockey league, and of course, defunct team. But my first year there, I would get off work from my squadron and drive over to the arena. And the first game that season of my first season, there's a guy, number 44. His name was Jacques the Mailman Mayo.
Oh, that would be like a great wrestler's name.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you what Mr. Mailman did.
Yeah, tell me.
So, at the beginning of a hockey game, they announce all the players and as they're coming out onto the ice. Well, he decided he had some beef with the team that they were playing that first game, and he came out onto the ice. And as they announced him, he, instead of going to his lineup and going with his team, he skated over to the opposing team's bench and cracked every one of them in the head with his hockey stick.
Okay. Nice.
And it started getting into fights with him. He got ejected for the season. I mean, right out of the gate.
Oh,
And
wow.
the highlights made ESPN and everything else. And we're just all sitting up in the crowd going, we're in the radio booth. My colleague he was doing the play-by-play. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And the place was going bonkers.
Mhm.
And so, and here I am, just a country boy from South Alabama seeing this for the first time and just like, okay, I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah, this hockey stuff's pretty cool.
Oh man, I had to learn hockey really quickly to do the post-game broadcast, but yeah, that was that was a fun intro, very first game, and you get to see a guy kicked out for the season.
Nice.
So we actually, about mid-season, he had to pay for his ticket, but we brought him up to the radio booth and interviewed him in between one of the periods, and the play-by-play guy was like, okay, why? And he's just like, well, that guy over there did that to me last season, and that guy did that, and I was just mad, and I wanted to take it out on him. But like, good enough.
Okay.
And thankfully he played nice, and he was able to come back for the following season. So that was fun. That was my intro to that level of hockey.
Well, we've been talking about what's been going on with us over the last couple of weeks. Let's eat what's upcoming in the next couple of weeks for us. What do we have upcoming? Next week, like I said, we'll go to Huntsville. We'll get to see Steve in person at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo in Huntsville. Me and Brock and Kevin are going to be joining that, and unfortunately, Bo has to work.
I'll tell you this though, I'm going to Huntsville the week after though.
That doesn't count.
Do I now?
That doesn't count.
I know.
You're not with us.
I know. I'm always to be behind everybody. Come on.
What are you doing the following weekend?
They're having a small video game convention up there in Huntsville called Game Jam South. It was small. They used to have it in Scottsboro, and then like it blew up over like it was going in a couple of years, and then of course the shutdowns happened, and then after they got enough venue, they were going to have it in Scottsboro again, I believe, and then raining good for you guys too.
Yeah, hey, the lightning.
Yeah.
Let's just hope we don't lose power or internet or
Is that the thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are hearing background noise, it's thundering.
It's the wonder of nature, baby.
It's the South. It's spring in the South.
We got cows.
Hey, you see my cows out front? Oh.
So anyway, video game. That's cool, though.
Yeah, it was like I found out about it. Like I was going to go to it anyway for the kiddo, and they decided it grew up big enough. They're going to do it in one of the halls in the Von Braun Center. So I'm going to go. We're going to probably go check that out.
Yeah,
it might be a fun day trip, but
yeah, it's cool.
Isn't Mondane going to that?
I believe so. So I may get with him. We may hook up and say hi or something.
Yeah. I think we're going to have the kids that weekend. Otherwise,
that's what the logistics of it.
Yeah.
I'm free when everyone else is, and then when everyone else is free, I'm not. So that's just unfortunately
that's how we roll.
Wah, wah, wah. Sad trombone for you trombone players there.
I keep trying to win the dang lottery, but they won't let me. Then I won't have to deal with scheduling conflicts.
I feel you on that. Well, that's cool though. That you do get to go and have like a little convention on your off week. That's good.
I'm gonna do that. Like I said, the upcoming conventions, I'll be there. And like I said, I'm actually off for Magic City Con, so I'm pumped for that, which is June, I believe. And then I'm taking
the weekend after Father's Day.
I'm gonna take a day off for Alabama Comic Con. I just ain't figured out if I'll do that Saturday or Sunday.
I hope it's Saturday because that's when we're going to be there.
You know, it's going to be fun. Like since we're on the topic of it, you remember how it was fun last year with UAB or whatever? What was it? UAB had a game. This year, Garth Brooks is having a concert. Either was it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday night.
So if you're going Saturday, be prepared for the conundrum of parking again.
Yeah, June is shaping up to be a pretty busy month because we've got the con, and not only that Saturday that we're doing the con there, the Alabama Comic Con. My work is having their outing at Top Golf, which is nice. Right there in the area. So it's like we're going to go to the con, we're going to walk over to Top Golf, we're going to walk back to the con, and then Garth Brooks is playing that night. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, we got to get
that one day.
We got to get away from downtown before the Garth Brooks concert. That's going to be insane.
Yeah,
this crowd.
Cool. Yeah. We had we've also got Doctor Strange coming up in a couple of weeks, and Brock and I did score our tickets for that. We'll be going Friday morning to see that. I'm really excited about this movie.
Yes.
Really, really looking forward to this. The trailers are looking phenomenal. Almost a 3-hour plus movie, but hey, I'm in. And trying to get tickets on the day they went on sale it was just about as bad as Endgame there for a bit.
AMC. We've trashed Walmart plenty in the past. Let's talk AMC. As much as we look,
is AMC on the boop list now?
Well,
you know, we have sung the praises of AMC and being A-list members and everything, and we could not get tickets to save our lives. We could not use AMC A-list to get tickets for that Thursday night showing, because the whole system just pooped out for A-listers, and they were getting lit up on Twitter. You know, all these seats were selling out very quickly, and none of the A-list members could get in to get it. It's absolutely insane. So if you were paying for the ticket, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but if you're paying for your ticket instead of using your A-list subscription, apparently you got your seats.
Yeah.
But later that afternoon, because we're going to be off that Friday and going on vacation for the weekend, for Mother's Day weekend, I'm like, you know what? We're going to be off that day. Why don't we just try for the 10 o'clock Friday morning for IMAX?
Are they doing one that early for 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
And so we were, the entire A-list system had crashed, even for that Friday morning. But thankfully, later that evening of the day the tickets went on sale, I was finally able to get us 2 tickets for the 10 o'clock showing, and we're in our normal seats. In fact, there's only like 2 or 3 other people that were in the theater at the time. So it's going to be a great time to go. Hopefully it won't be as crowded.
That's my hope, is that going at 10 o'clock on a Friday might fare well, and we won't be so packed in there with, like we have the last couple of with Spider-Man and Batman. Yeah.
Okay, well that sounds like, because see, like I'm still used to, my brain is still processing, like, you know, especially since like when the theaters reopened, they didn't really have any early showing, so now it's 10 o'clock showing.
Yeah.
For this one, yeah.
Hey, you might want to look into that, Bo.
I might see that.
Hey, we're gonna be there if y'all can swing it 10 a.m. on Friday.
Okay.
Friday the 6th.
Okay.
I would have to take the day off. But
I don't even know if I'm off. That's the other thing. I don't even know if I'm off that weekend. That might be the other problem. So yeah.
now I do want to say, just being in the industry, in AMC's very flimsy defense here, that when it comes to that feature that they have for A-list, most likely they have like an e-commerce setup that's just basically, this is the checkout, and then they bolted this thing on to the side of it and said, okay, this is for A-listers. So odds are it does get second fiddle, even if it shouldn't too. So the fact that you, like you said, people that were buying the tickets were getting the seats, that actually it to me that makes all the sense in the world. Because that was the first feature, that was the original feature, and the A-listing feature was something that they probably just built and bolted onto the side of it in the software. So, you know, very flimsy defense. Obviously, it shouldn't have any issues. And, you know, honestly, back when I did A-list before COVID hit, it was having issues with that too.
Yeah.
Still, where it would like not give me my seats. So whatever that problem is, apparently when everything died down with AMC, they apparently didn't continue the coding and updates of the thing either, because it's apparently those problems still exist.
Yeah, you figure you're the largest theater chain in America. You might want to work some of these issues out, especially for those of us. You know, I understand people are paying on their debit and credit cards and stuff to go to these movies, reserving online and everything else. But you're still getting $21-22 of our money every month, where you're probably not getting a lot of these people on a consistent basis. So scratch our backs a little.
Get your stuff together, AMC. Damn, man.
So there's my one shame on you for AMC.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I love A-list.
I would say
I absolutely love it.
I was like, say for me, like I went to Sonic. It's my birthday month, so I got a free large drink and free large popcorn for my birthday.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got your we got 2 birthdays coming up here soon. Yeah.
So, nice segue.
The day, yeah,
Unintentional segue.
the day this episode releases on Wednesday, old Bo is going to be he's going to be well into his journey into the 40s.
Yes, the
Happy
41.
birthday, Bo.
Happy birthday, Bo. And then just a few days later, while you guys are waiting on the next episode, happy birthday, Kevin.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Woohoo.
And I'm just less than 1 year ahead of Bo in that sense. So I'm a little, little further along into the 40s now. So, and of course, Brock and Jess were like, well, we're whippersnappers.
I'm saying that to everybody, including her.
Yeah. I know. He keeps talking about
kids.
I'm the old. I was like, yeah, but by 10 months. I mean, it's not even a year. You're not that much older than me. Come on now. Stop pulling that with me.
Well, this summer I'll be on the last half of my 40s.
Yeah,
starting that. Like,
I'll say you got Bo coming up. You got Kevin in a couple of weeks. It'll be my turn, and I'll hit that mid range in the 40s. I'll be 45.
So that makes you what? 357 days older than you, Bo, I guess. 56, 57, something like that.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And just
Freaky
piggybacking on piggybacking on the Taurus talk that we've had. These three are the real Birmingham Bulls.
This is true. Yes, you are correct. We are.
That is nice. I like that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's why we get together so well, and you're the outlier, Brock. We get together because we're just, we frolic in the pasture, I'm
over here snacking on some wild game. Rawr.
So in our pre-show chat, we learned that Bo's got some super exciting things taking place as he enters into year 41 or level 41.
Yes, I am celebrating my 40s like a 40-year-old should. I went to the dentist about 3 weeks ago and did a cleaning. I hadn't been in a while. Well, back towards the end of 2019, I had a part of a tooth break off, and then of course 2020, 2021 happened. Didn't go to the dentist, so now I get to get a root canal at 10 o'clock that morning, folled by that evening by getting a temporary crown put on. So I am celebrating my birthday in style.
I have been in the crown territory over the last couple of years. I've not been root canal, but I can definitely talk with you about the crown situations.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. I'm rolling the dice because it's my Wednesday, Thursday. I'm off before I work all weekend, so I've got Thursday to recover, and hopefully I'll be feeling all right. If not, I'll be chewing ibuprofen at work during the weekend.
Is it your first root canal?
No, I've had one before.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You should be fine.
But that was like
you'll be fine.
12 or 13 years ago. So I'm hoping the procedure is improved by then.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No. So like I said, I've never had this. The crown's going to be the new territory. My teeth, like I said, they're not perfect, but they're not also. I don't neglect them. So I mean, I brush them, I floss them. I just didn't go to the dentist for. Well. Ooh,
I was like, I gotta justify my dental hygiene here. Yes. Okay, look.
I brushed my teeth, but like I said, my cleaning that I had a couple weeks ago, that's the first time I've probably been to the dentist in probably 10, 12 years.
Flossin, I thought your name was Munson.
Yeah, hey.
Well, if we're gonna talk dental stories here, do y'all know that Brock has never ever had one single cavity in his whole
He flexes it when he can drop that bit of information. He flexes it.
You want to talk about a flex? Brock's got a flex.
Almost 46 years, never a cavity, never braces, never anything. I just had 3 wisdom teeth removed. That's all I've ever had done.
I've never had braces, but I just we just had a little issues with cavities, and as I got cavities when I was young, cavities eventually start wearing off, and that's where we talk about crowns. And well, you've got this feeling and this feeling and this too, so let's just replace it with a crown.
Well, to be fair, you've been getting your crowns and stuff since we've been married.
Yeah,
and that's just because I'm just so sweet.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, and then there's that whole saying that what I've seen that says, I went to the dentist and he said I needed a crown. And I said, well, of course I do.
Oh,
I mean, I am.
I too am very humble.
Of course I need a crown. I mean, haven't you met me? I am a queen.
And then you have Brock over here, who's Mr. Pristine Teeth, and here I am. I have dumped the equivalent of a car down payment in my mouth over the years. It's like I'm the exact opposite.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like I said, I had a couple of feelings and stuff when I was a kid. Now thinking about this, like one of the ones I'm getting a crown on, essentially it's because I have a feeling older than some adult people I know. Technically adult age people. That is the weird thing about it.
Man, this has been a great episode.
Oh, I can already tell Brock is coming up with the titles for the episode. It's going to have something to do with the tooth fairy or the wisdom teeth or something. Yeah.
The wisdom of the Bama Geeks.
You can't handle the tooth.
See, that's why Kevin's laughing. We're now into his level of jokes.
This is prime pun territory, ladies and gentlemen. Right up Kev's alley there. My goodness.
Thank you for that, love.
This is what you get now that we don't have a guest on this episode.
Yeah, we can. The old silliness draws back out.